In a small village named Gopalpur, lived a teenage boy named Manu. He was sharp, but he believed in shortcuts. One afternoon, while returning from school, he saw a poster that read, "Free lunch for all teenagers, just visit our office once." Manu's eyes lit up. Free food? Why not? He rushed to the address and was welcomed with cold drinks, snacks, and smiling faces. "All of this, for free?" he asked. "Yes," the man at the desk said. "But we need one small thing. Just give us your signature. You will become a part of our youth savings club. No money, just your name." Manu, hungry and excited, signed without thinking. Days later, he found out that the club was actually linked to a loan agency. His signature was used to open a credit account. His father was furious. Their family name was now tied to debt. That lunch was never free. Nearby, a girl named Meena joined a reputed school offering free education to poor but talented students. Meena thought her struggles were over. But the school was different. Teachers expected discipline. Classmates looked at her differently. She had no fancy shoes, no snacks at lunch, no tuitions at home. She felt alone. "I thought this school was free," she whispered. One teacher noticed her sitting quietly. He said gently, "This school may not take your money, Meena. But it will demand your courage, hard work, and heart. That's the real fee here." Meena understood. She stayed, studied, worked double shifts helping her mother at home. Years later, she became a teacher at the same school. The education was free. But success wasn't. Manu had a friend named Raghav who always helped him. Whenever Manu forgot his homework, Raghav would cover for him. When Manu failed a test, Raghav would secretly lend his notes. One day, Raghav needed help. He asked Manu to lie for him. "I helped you all those times, now you help me." Manu felt trapped. He didn't want to lie to the teacher. Raghav snapped, "So you only like free help?" Manu realized the bitter truth: every favor has strings attached. Even in friendship, there is a price. He apologized, but refused to lie. They stopped talking after that. In another village, a girl named Kavya had a dream: to become a doctor. She studied hard, got a scholarship, and moved to the city. The hostel was small. She shared her room with 5 other girls. Nights were cold. Food was bad. She missed home. One day, she cried on the phone. "I thought it was a free ride. I got a scholarship. But it feels like I'm paying with my soul." Her mother gently said, "Money isn't the only cost, Kavya. Sometimes, the price is loneliness, pressure, and tears. But if your dream is real, keep paying. It's worth it." Kavya wiped her tears and studied harder. Manu grew up, but his habits didn't change. He always said, "I'll do it tomorrow." He spent hours scrolling on his phone, playing games, hanging out aimlessly. One day, years had passed. His classmates had jobs, careers, families. Manu had nothing. He went to meet a friend who now worked as an engineer. "How did you reach here?" Manu asked. The friend replied, "I paid for it with time you wasted." Manu walked home that night, broken. He learned the harshest truth: wasted time is the most expensive thing. There was a boy named Siddharth who never liked to be uncomfortable. He avoided sports, skipped tough assignments, and always looked for easy tasks. His father, a farmer, tried to push him. "Try once. Even the earth cracks open to grow something." But Siddharth refused. Years passed. He couldn't survive job interviews, panicked under stress, and broke under failure. He cried, "Why am I so weak?" The answer was simple. Comfort has a cost. It steals your growth. One day, Meena, now a young woman, passed by a beggar. He asked for food, not money. She gave him her lunchbox. But he refused. He looked into her eyes and said, "Thank you, but I have eaten. I asked not for food, but for someone to see me. That's what I've been hungry for." She was speechless. That day she realized, some things that look free, like a kind word, a smile, or a listening ear, cost emotional energy. Not all hunger is for food. And not all giving is easy. Manu started a small business. One day, he hired a friend. He trusted him with money. But the friend betrayed him and ran away with the funds. Manu felt shattered. An old man told him, "Trust is not free, son. You must build it like a house, brick by brick. And even then, check its walls often." Since that day, Manu became wiser. He still believed in trust, but not without boundaries. Siddharth met a mentor at a bookshop. The mentor gave him a long list of habits. Wake up early. Read 10 pages daily. Walk 5 kilometers a day. Say no to junk. Do this for 30 days, and your life will change, he promised. Siddharth tried. For 3 days. Then quit. Months passed, and he met the mentor again. "It didn't work," he said. The mentor replied calmly. "I gave you the advice for free. But discipline is the cost. And you didn't pay it." That day, Siddharth realized the truth most ignore: knowledge is free, but transformation is paid in pain. One evening, Manu stood in front of a mirror. He saw a man full of talent, and wasted chances. He had once believed in luck, shortcuts, and free things. But life had taught him otherwise. He whispered to his reflection, "I paid for every mistake. Not with money, but with time, trust, and people I lost." And in that silence, he heard the most honest voice of all. Nothing in life is truly free. Even smiling while in pain costs strength. Manu sat alone under the banyan tree near his house. The air was still, but his heart was noisy. For years, he had chased free advice, free help, free moments, free choices. Now, he had nothing. The pain became his teacher. If nothing is free, then I must start earning everything I want. Every step forward will cost something. And I'm ready now. That was the moment his life began to change. He started small. Woke up at 5 a.m. Walked barefoot. Wrote down his regrets. Made a list of habits. Kept water ready to avoid excuses. On day 4, he wanted to quit. His body ached. His mind screamed. But he whispered to himself, "This pain is the price. And I'm paying it willingly." By week 3, the small victories began. He didn't feel great every day. But he felt alive. Manu went back to the same tea stall he used to sit at for hours, doing nothing. This time, he offered to clean the shop for free, to say sorry for all the time he wasted. The owner smiled and said, "People come here asking for discounts. You came offering work. You've changed." Manu felt proud. He understood something beautiful. When you offer value, the world opens doors. Nothing is free. But giving more than you take is how you grow. He joined a coaching class. Couldn't afford fees, so he cleaned the blackboard and helped arrange chairs in exchange for lessons. At night, he studied by candlelight. He passed his exam. The joy didn't come from the certificate. It came from knowing, "I didn't steal this success. I earned it." That's when he realized. Slow progress is still progress, if you're the one making the efforts. On a rainy evening, he saw a child crying on the street. People passed by. No one stopped. Manu gave him his umbrella and walked in the rain. He reached home soaked, but smiling. Because some things cost comfort, but give meaning. Kindness costs time. It drains energy. But it's the only investment that always comes back multiplied. Manu began journaling. Volunteered at a youth center. Helped a blind man cross the road. cleaned his village temple. People began to see him differently. One child whispered to his mother, "I want to be like that Bia." And Manu thought, "This is who I wanted to be. Not lucky. Not lazy. But earned. Respected. Whole." He once begged his father for respect. Now, he simply showed up every day. Helped in the fields. Listened more. Argued less. One day, his father placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "I'm proud of you." That single sentence was more precious than gold. Because true respect is never given freely. It must be earned through action. As Manu grew, he faced temptations again, shortcuts, scams, fake job offers. He said no. And every no came with a cost, loss of popularity, loneliness, confusion. But each time he refused the easy path, he got something better: clarity, integrity, and inner peace. Manu started writing motivational stories based on his own life. At first, no one read them. Then someone commented, "Your words saved me from giving up." He cried that night. Not because he was praised, but because he had paid a deep price for his pain, and now, it was helping someone else live. That's purpose. One morning, Manu stood in front of a classroom of students. He wasn't rich. Not famous. But he was free from regret, from laziness, from lies, from shame. He told them, "Don't wish for life to be easy. Wish for strength to face it. Because nothing, not success, not love, not growth, not peace, comes without a price." He paused and added,